Knoxville, Johnny deep pockets, Johnny no cash, but I'm rich.
Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you 4 plugins that you need to make a very quick and easy master of your track. So this track is called Mobile Home. It's by an artist called Conrad. If you haven't already, go check him out. He's incredible, he's insane. So this is a mix that I've done on one of his tracks.
Johnny Knoxville, Johnny deep pockets, Johnny no cash, but I'm rich by the stitch in my clothes. Who knew I'd ever make it this far? I'm looking down the barrel of a shot glass.
Cool. So you kind of get it. Like, mix is pretty much almost there. There's a few little things I need to change here or there. There's a little stop there for a radio edit, so that when it goes on radio, there's no swearing. This is kind of how the hook sounds.
Now the seed has grown. My life is a nicotine. Failure is where I gleam. This ink on my skin is permanent. Don't want to be saved, no deliverance.
So yeah, sounding pretty cool. Why we're here today is because you want to know 4 plugins that is going to give you one quick master. So okay, so I'm going to open up my mixer, right, and as you can see I've got them all done here already, just haven't got them loaded. So one is channel EQ. I'm going to turn it on. So this is on my stereo output. I've done a cut at 20 Hertz. I've boosted the air around 10,000 Hertz, 0.5, 1. I've done a little brightness boost around the 3000 with a 0.98 on the width, 0.5. I've done a little bit of warmth at 570, and I've taken away a little bit of mud at 300. So this is kind of how it sounds.
Putting all the grudge in the backpack, throw it out to the rap pack, no race shit. I'd rather be alone in the cabin out back, out in the sticks than I be rich. Rocking back and forth in the Nova deck, I end up my prize.
Now some of you are probably wondering, well, I can't really hear much of a difference. That's not a bad thing, you know. You're not going for a massive difference in mastering in terms of your EQing. That's what you do in your mix. So then I add Saturn, which is your saturation. This is the second plugin that you want in your chain for mastering. So let's get rid of the EQ for now. Open up Saturn, and in here again it is super subtle. I'm going to play it without it.
Tears of joy coming from my eyes, having peace of mind. Take the weight off my soul.
Now with it.
Still call that home, out in the sticks in these old corn rows. Many miles away from that mobile home. Many miles away from that mobile home.
Cool. So I've got it on warm tape. There's loads you can choose from. That's just the one I've decided to use. I've done only like a 10% sort of increase here. I don't want it to be, you know, too harsh sounding. Again, this is just a few subtle things that are going to make one overall picture quite big. So I've got it on HQ here. You can add to your bass, your treble, your mids, the presence. I tend to do this more on vocals and so on, but yeah, that's the second plugin that you want. This is without EQ and without saturation.
Spend the summer with my cousin in a caravan confines, so we called it a pop.
And then this is with it.
Corner on the outside, that's a low tide. In the bushes we read bubbles from the cheap wine. Till I passed that mattress in the cupboard, then I slept fine. Yeah, bow-legged, no fighting, that's a cold time campaign.
So now you see with those two together, already it's like, oh, I do notice a little bit of a difference there, and it's much nicer, isn't it? But it's only 2 plugins. Here's the third. You want to have a compressor. So I've got the FabFilter compressor right here. And I have it on mastering, ratio of 4, threshold of -5, attack is at 10, release is at 210, look ahead on, oversampling ×4. So, you know, if you want to pause, copy that in, and then play with it yourself on your own tracks and find the parameters that are right for you, cracking. Here's it without it.
Penny squeezing red wine from a grapevine, yeah. Reading street signs, double vision, that's a sure sign. I was walking 2 lines 2 times, yeah. Too much digging black gold from a can, making every melody for the last time, yeah. Used to have girls coming over in a beat up Honda laying on the sofa, kinda fond of the joker I was back then. Oh, yeah, playing high strings like an orchestrated violin.
As you can see, it's only going to -1 here. I don't tend to want it to go any lower than that on my mastering. I do most of all my compression in the mix. So this is it without the first 3 plugins.
My life is a nicotine. Failure is where I gleam. This ink on my skin is permanent.
here is all free.
No deliverance. Putting all the grudge in the backpack, throw it out to the rap pack. No race shit. I'd rather be alone in the cabin out back, out in the sticks than not be rich. Rocking back and forth in the no.
So as you can tell, it's already 10 times better, and it's so subtle. You know, we're not making massive changes, we're just doing a few small changes which makes one big overall picture. Now finally and most importantly, this is the plugin that you're all waiting to see. You want to have a limiter on here, so we have the FabFilter Pro-L. This is how it sounds with the first three, and then I'm going to turn it on and you can hear the difference.
Over deck, I end up my prize. Tears of joy coming from my eyes, having peace of mind. Take the weight off my soul, still call that home. Out in the sticks in these old corn rows, many miles away from that mobile home, many miles away from that mobile home. Got me flying overseas, middle seat economy, just to see my family. But trace back.
Okay, cool. So you see, I don't ever let it sort of go below -2.5. Try and keep it around the -2 mark. You just want to make sure your dynamic range is still decent, but so that the rest of the song is all brought up with those peaks. Yeah, so that's the Pro-L. Oversampling ×4. Here's your gain. You have a look ahead. I've got a very small 0.25 look ahead on. Attack 250, release 500. It's, you know, it's very subtle. Now, some people might say, you know, that's not the style I'd have it in. Again, with mixing and mastering, everything you do is your choice, what you think sounds good to your ears. Some people might say that having an attack that late and a release that late is sacrilege. Other people might say it's not enough. It is all down to you and your ears and what you think sounds good. But let's just play it without any plugins on the mastering channel.
Back home, tend to feel like I'm regressing, so I keep communication with my family long distance. Long thoughts reminiscing, I was 14.
And then let's play it with it.
14, writing poems on a whim. I never thought they'd become something then. Now I'm 30 years old, got myself out on a limb. 1 foot hopscotch, took a pop shot at the top notch. Don't scoff, no scotch, I'm whiskey with the ice rock. Midnight melancholic, I'm a 9 to 5 functioning alcoholic. Double shot, that's a reload. If I must, I will trust in myself. I get lost in the hate and the lust. If it helps you make sense of the road that I took, the road that I took. My life is nicotine.
Cool. So thanks for listening, guys. That's your 4 plugins you're going to want to need for a very basic mix. If you want to go more in depth, I'll bring out another tutorial where there's a few more plugins, which is really going to hone in on the mix. But if you're looking for something quick, simple, easy, that's how you want to get it done. Cheers.
I'm a Johnny Knoxville, Johnny Deep Pockets, Johnny No Cash. But I'm rich by the stitch, I'm a clothes. Who knew I'd ever make it this far? I'm looking down the barrel of a shot glass.